Mic on.
Que pedo, que anda, que pasa, que tal? How's everybody doing this morning? Sorry, I'm a little bit late here. Just rushing around this morning. I had to take the trash out. As you guys just heard the bell, and want to get right into it here. Didn't even go into the start screen. And let's see where we sit. I know we're having a bit of a push down right now. Looks like we bounced back off of this 1020 mark. We didn't quite end where we wanted to yesterday. However, we did predict that we would end above 1050 at the least. I predicted that we would possibly end above 11, but for sure 1050, and we were looking pretty good. We go back here. I'm not quite sure what happened, and I want to say this is probably 2 o'clock, and there it is. If you guys go back and check the charts, always 2 o'clock. For whatever reason, 2 o'clock this thing gets sold off and shorted. So not too certain as to why that is, but you see a big spike in volume here, at least compared to where it was at throughout this middle portion of the day when we were kind of trading flat or sideways for a moment. And then 2 o'clock hits, and yeah, we just get the massive sell-off. So we will just zoom out here. During the pre-market, as a matter of fact, we in the after hours didn't see anything really happening in the after hours. Kind of just got pushed down. We hit a high right before close here. Well, not really a high. We hit 1080. Got rejected by this level of resistance here that we set yesterday. And looks like we closed about like 1061. I think is where we actually closed at. Traded sideways for a bit in the after hours. Then kind of got a little sell here. And then just traded flat for the rest of the after hours. Going into pre-market here, a little bit more volatility within a small range here of about 1075 to 1045. So about 30 cents of volatility within that range. Currently sitting at 1032. Cheers. Gotta have that cup of coffee. Alright, so let's pull up the flex grid here and take a look at where we stand on both AMC and GME. As you guys can see, no kit today. Gonna hit the gym right after stream. So just want to be ready. It'll help push me to go. GameStop currently sitting at 187.03. Looks like pretty similar for the first half of the day here between AMC and GameStop. And just kind of traded a little bit flat for the rest of the afternoon. A little bit of a push going into the after hours and then trading sideways. Currently, GameStop's actually looking a little bit better than AMC. AMC actually on a downward trend right now. Whereas looks like GME is a little bit more upward. Things are looking red in our portfolio right now. See, Amtx is up 28 cents. However, we're still a little down. I think they were at $26 at some point yesterday, so a little bit down. Harley sitting at 40.82 or 40.72. Sorry, we currently have a average share price of $40 and I believe 82 or 85 cents. For whatever reason, it does not reflect in Thinkorswim. Rocket's down a couple cents. Sensonic's down a couple cents. Currently sitting at 250. AT&T's up about 1 penny. And UPC down about 32 cents. So we'll see if we can find some support here on the old AMC, where we think that support level is gonna be. Kind of all over the place right now. Actually, that's Harley Davidson here. What am I doing? So looks like the 10, 20, 10 and a quarter mark is probably our level of support here. So we kind of just fell back to where we were You know, not too bad. We actually saw over the pre-market on Monday here. So we hit a low of 895. So, you know, we're still quite a bit up, but not continuing this upward momentum at this point that we expected to see continue on. However, if we go back to the 180-day charts here and we take a close look at where we think our trend is going to end up. Last week, if you guys remember, if you follow the stream, you will remember that we predicted Wednesday would be the day that we would potentially be around the 1050 mark. So that's tomorrow, and our baseline still is about 1013 if we bounce off of this trend line. So I think we set somewhere kind of in this range. That's where we predicted, but we had some good news yesterday. If you guys remember or know or don't know, I'll just go ahead and lay it out. B. Riley moved their price target to $13 from, I believe it was $7. And Godzilla vs. Kong hit, what, 48.5 million in box office numbers. So that's good news. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little article about the B. Riley. So this is odd. Godzilla vs. Kong tops pandemic box office at 32.2 million. This is from April 5th. But anywhere you look online, you're going to see it was 48.8, I want to say. So that is what it is over there. Anyhow, back to the charts. We predicted last week that Wednesday would be the 1050 range. That's where we would end up, and we got there a little bit earlier. We thought we'd get this bounce and then continue on up about Wednesday. So we got there a little day earlier. We just had a pullback. Let's see what the volume is doing really quickly. So far, yesterday we saw really good volume in AMC compared to where we had been for a while. In the 200,000, so not bad. I mean, we were at some points sub, 100,000. So volume is doing okay. We're starting to make a reversal here. We'll see if we can get a pop back up above this 1050 today and actually hold it. So we'll see what happens here. I'm gonna pull up some stuff here. Sorry, I'm still waking up. I didn't go to bed till super late last night. A lot of gaming. Tarkov. Let's see, what do we want here? We can just take a look at this. We don't really like Fintel too much over here. Fintel, 1 million shares, short available, 1.65 short borrow fee rate, and short volume ratio of 20%. So numbers have kind of leveled themselves out for the most part, according to Fintel. However, we know it's underreported. And, this is FinViz. They actually report that there are 491 million shares outstanding. Whereas Fintel, if it probably doesn't show it on this chart here. Yeah, a lot of stuff I can't see. So that's FinViz. And as you guys can see here, April 5th, they were upgraded from B. Riley Securities neutral to buy, $7 to $13. And if you guys take a look back here from November, wow, what a bunch of douchebags. Just finding this funny. February 1st, 2021, MKM Partners issued a downgrade from neutral to sell at $1. February 1st. What a joke. I guess if you went back to 2020, yeah, you could see the reasoning for some of these red ones, but I wanted to see these old B Rileys. So they jumped up, and actually in November 3rd, they were from 450 down to 350. They just kept kind of trending down, although they went from 4 to 550, then 550 to 450, 450 to 350. And then at some point they must have been at 7, because now they're saying 7 to 13. So anyhow, I see a bunch of Motley Fool articles on here, and I don't really like that. Let's go over here and take a look at Fintel again. This is the institutional ownership we like to take a look at. And see if it loads up here. For whatever reason, like, alright, I'll refresh it here, and you'll see Centric Wealth Management is a top one. And bam, gone. So somewhere it's got its charts confused. Anyhow, it looks like on, I guess, did we see this one yesterday? I feel like these are different. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw this this closing here, and I'm pretty sure we saw this add to their position here. That's right, yeah. So okay, that's the same. Nothing's changed. I saw the date. So yeah, nothing really good going on over there. I'll pull up some Reddit posts and see what we got going on. Currently sitting at 1046 here on AMC. Everything else in the portfolio, alright, here we go. Harley Davidson looking pretty good here. I'll pull up the active trader. You guys can see we've got we're 42 long. This isn't right. It's actually 40 point. It's either 82 or 85. And I'll just check really quickly here. I still have this stupid day trade warning. 40.85. So currently, according to this, up $7.39. This says 740 at 0.43%. So not even 1% yet. We're waiting for this. You know, we've been holding this for a very long time, so we're gonna wait it out. We've got it set for 43.20 for the sell order. We're gonna see what happens here. I think it's still a little ways off, but just want to keep you guys in the loop here where we stand with our Harley position, and now we're getting very close. We're actually, for the first time in in green in quite some time. We actually hit green a couple times this year, and that was before we decided to close this position out and use these funds elsewhere. So I'm gonna let it run up a little bit more, take some profit, and close this thing out after a nice long 3-year relationship. So let's see here. All right, we talked about AMTX. AMTX hit a high in the pre-market yesterday of 26.99. We are trying to get out of this position at 28.03, so a little bit farther to go. But if we pull back here and we look at the 180, we can see all the way back from the summertime here, and in July we are running. It was very slow and gradual, then we started getting pops, and it just started to pop up with, you know, some decent sized pullbacks, but we still end up recovering. So we had a nice pullback here, as you guys can see here, at least from this moment here. I guess we take it from back here, a little pullback there, so we can go from here on our little run up here. We had a little pullback, so maybe that was time for us to get a major pullback, but we had a nice pullback here, and then continued on upwards with some smaller pullbacks. So we just had this this big one here after we hit the high of 27.44. So anticipating that very soon we're gonna reach the all-time high again at this 27.44, and we're gonna push past it. We'll get up and we'll close this out. I mean, we're only like too long or something stupid. Yeah, too long at 26.70. So nothing crazy here. We were just practicing our swing trade, looking for some potential stocks to swing trade and see if we, you know, could identify them and and see how we could work in a very short swing trade, nothing really long. Um, as far as long stuff goes, we are currently in AT&T at a position size of 108 long, dollar cost average 28.98. Currently, we are profitable $200 here, up 14 on the day, and got a nice dividend yield here. Currently making some highs, at least for these 2 days, and not a little bad run right here. About 0.5%. This one doesn't move very much, so this one, its movement is very small. It looks like it's a little bit going on, but that's within a percent range. Whereas you look at some of the other less valuable or less costly positions, and they're sub $10, you're gonna see this move, and it's gonna be quite a bit. 20% increase there. So this one is a long-term swing or a long-term hold. It's kind of where we've got it in our position is for the dividend. So we're doing okay with our swing trades. Here's our hold in the bag trade here. Still holding the bag, low of 22.18. We may add to this position at some point to lower our dollar cost average, because currently we're sitting at only 2 shares, dollar cost average of 29.65. But we want to kind of lower that. This was another thing. We knew we were chasing it, and we thought, let's just see if it keeps going, or if it pulls back, let's throw just a couple bucks in there, just to practice and see, what can happen. Not only does it practice our technical analysis skills, and our chart reading skills, and our patience. It works with our patience. So I think you got to be patient in the stock market, and you got to learn how to remove emotions. And if you get emotional over 2 positions at $25 each, or whatever it is, $26, then how are you going to feel when you have positions worth $5,000? So are you going to be impatient? Are you going to be emotional? So, if you can't trade with the smaller dollar amounts, how can you trade with the bigger ones? So our bigger dollar amount stuff is stuff that we truly believe in, or we have that's pretty tight. It's not a lot of volatility, like AT&T and AMC. AMC is a lot of volatility now, but we really believe in the stock, as you guys know. That's why you're probably here to see some news on AMC, and could be setting up for a triple top here. So you can see right where we're at here. We got the bounce there. If we can come back up, touch it again, we might have a little bit more of a pullback, create that W, and start ascending upward. So look for that. 3 points touching, triple top here. We're at 1. This would be 2. And then if we get a third one here, we need to get to about 10.49. And then this thing will probably either run up or pull back slightly and then run up. That's at least what we're thinking with our minimal technical analysis training that we have. Speaking of training, by the way, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, as you guys can tell. If you've been watching the stream for any point longer than like 5 seconds, you'll know. This is just to document my journey to becoming a successful day trader, and I love the stock. I love AMC. And, we'll talk about anything you guys want to call out. Just pull up there, and just kind of show you guys the portfolio and where we're at in the portfolio every day. I go over it multiple times through the day, show you guys how to scan for stocks for potential scalp and swing trades. We also go over the Thinkorswim platform here. We try to show stuff like how to set up this Fibonacci retracement. Mouse wheel click in, go down to your Fibonacci retracement, which is a percentage sign here. Click that, find your low point, find your high point there, and you'll see, there we go, and you can see your Fibonacci retracement. You get your low point to your high point, and then the pullback for healthy bullish momentum is about down to the 50%. Anything lower means you have more sellers than buyers, and you're more bearish. So if we were to remove that here, and let's set this up right here, even though we didn't quite get a run, let's just set it there, and let's see, we pulled back all the way below 100% here. So Not really so much of the bullish momentum that we're hoping for here, but that's just an example here. You know, you start from your low point to your high point, and then wherever the pullback is, you know, if it's at the 50, it should continue back on upwards. So how do you change the color here? Right click on that, go to edit properties, and down here you see the colors for each graph or each line, and you can set color for all of them at the same time. Hit OK. This blue one is just this line. I honestly don't know what this means. It's a trend line curve, so that's how you do that. And actually, if you save it as default, you will not have to set the color every time. So save it as default, set OK. There you go. What was another one we set? I guess you could, you know, do a price target. So here we just going to right click on the, or sorry, not right click, mouse wheel click. Go to price level here. You can set your own little trend line, and you can click from where you're at the low point, and well, if it, oh, you know what? Oh man, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm super tired. Here, you're gonna go to trend line as I was there. Go from your low point here. You can just pull it up once you click it, and kind of hover about that range where your height is, and you guys can see that little bar on the left there. It says we're up 2.42%. in 6 minutes plus 25 cents or so. I think that's what it says. So that's how you do that. There is also your price line, which is what we were fixing to set there. So if you're going to set it here, sorry, another trend line here. So you can change the color on that too. You just go to edit properties. You can change the color here, save as default. Okay. You can also move it. You right click it. You can extend to the left. You can extend to the right. And then you can activate the drawing, and then you can move it wherever you want. However, I have not figured out where to pivot. There it goes. Oh, I see. I see. Look, we just learned something together right here live on stream. So you see these two bars. This is where we initially moved this to. I guess if you were to take away the ends, yeah, you can pivot from there. So if you have to adjust your drawing here, you can kind of do that. So take a look. We just set this trend line. Let's see if we actually respect this trend line here. That would be something pretty cool for the stream. It'll be time for me to refill a coffee here soon. I'm actually going to go ahead and get searching for something on the Reddit here. We like to search AMC stock in the Reddit. Is it the subreddit or the Reddit? I feel like an old man when I say in the Reddit. It's all one word, all lowercase. AMC stock. This is the one we like. It's got 118,000 members. It is the larger one. There's another one that's all capitalized, and it's AMC stocks with an S, plural. All right, this dude looks like he's getting married in AMC. I don't know. Jesus Christ, buddy. Sorry to tell you, but I don't know if that's going to be enough there. Ooh, you're not looking too good either at average of 12 something. I don't want to call this guy out because any position and any size of position in AMC is a good one. But excuse me, I'm hoping that this is a younger man, you know, kind of a teenager or something. If he's only got like 300 bucks and you know, Honestly, I don't even know what I'm looking here at here. Yeah, I don't know. He's got like a couple different things, but anyhow, guys, if you're I don't want to get down on anybody's financial status or be too harshly on anybody, but if you're a grown adult and you have families, you really should work towards not living paycheck to paycheck and having some savings in an account somewhere in case you fall on hard times. It's very important for you to pull back something from every single paycheck, even if it's only $5 or $10, and just forget about it. You can go into what is it? It's well, I was thinking there was a forum name. Just go to your human resources at your job, if you have a job, and tell them that you want to have your payroll deducted into some different accounts, and go open a savings account and use that account number, and then you can put a percentage of your payroll to be deducted into that account. Maybe not every job has that. I know my job has that, where you can add multiple accounts and you can have certain percentages of your check go into different accounts. So you can say like, oh, every paycheck I want 5% of my check to go into this other account, and you can do it that way. You can also set something up to where you automatically pull money from your checking account and send it to your savings account on certain days. So check into something like that, something that it's easy for you to forget about, and you got to put something in there. You got to have something to put back. If you're living a paycheck to paycheck and you're a grown adult with with a family, it's pretty rough. So you see, we started to use this. All right, so now we got our chart here. Let's go ahead and activate the drawing. You see, we got our pivot point there, and let's move that down. Let's keep moving it then. Maybe we can leave it there. All right. Well, get back to the zoom here. Do I have to move this thing again? Sorry for going on a little rant there. Really not trying to knock anybody's financial situation, but I just see so many people that are, I saw with my parents living paycheck to paycheck and never having anything set aside and always struggling. And then the fights about money and the constant worry about money. And if you can take money out of your relationship to a sense, to a degree, you'd be much happier in your relationship. Me and my girlfriend, we pay everything 50-50 down the line. Rent, all utilities, pretty much everything 50-50. Even when we go out to eat, like I'll pay for this, she'll pay for that. It's very even, and I make a considerable amount more than she does. And so I tend to pull up the slack a little bit more and take on a little bit more of the financial stuff here. But when we're talking about our living situation and utilities, I'm almost never home, and for me personally, I could live in a very small apartment. So she's always liked to live in a bigger house. So anyhow, for utilities, stuff like that, like it's all 50-50, and that way it works out. I pay all the bills up front, and then she just pays me back every paycheck, and it makes it easy for her. She doesn't have to worry about anything. And you know what? We don't honestly fight about money too often. It's very rare. So it'll help keep your relationship happy and healthy. Just put some money back. A little bit here and there. You can even invest it. Although the thing is with me and investing into the market, it's that I don't really want to pull anything out. I never I have put money in for the last 3 or 4 years since I opened my account in 2017, and almost never pulled anything out. I think I pulled money out one time, but I had dumped a bunch of money into it that week, and then I needed to pull some out, and I had just closed a position, so I pretty much just pulled out what I put in, and then I added it, back in like the next week. So almost have never pulled out. That was only one time. Oh, this is a nice little thing. So we're gonna pull this guy's Twitter up because he has quite the information. Usually, what we've seen, he's actually gotten banned from Twitter here. Uh, let's go take a look over here. Gosh, he reminds me of Cash Kelly the Streetlight. If you guys have seen that guy on YouTube, I think he's actually in jail right now. All right, how do I find his tweets here? He had a tweet. We'll just start from way back here. There we go. Keeping that money. He had one, and it was talking about Credit Suisse, that they had fired some of their bosses for the Archegos deal here. How old is that? It's from 3 hours ago. I'm going to show you guys the photo here. Here's the photo here, and then here's this guy Joshua James, his Twitter, 2 M's and James, if you guys want to go follow him. Total ATS dark pool data for a week of March 1st on AMC. Remember, this data is on a 4-week delay. 13.2 million shares, 70,000 trades. Top ATS trading, Credit Suisse is number 3, and then here's a news report from the BBC. Credit Suisse axes bosses and bonuses amid Archegos losses, as they should. Don't really see that pulling out, but I think they were just taking one of his tweets from earlier back in March. So this is actually going back a few days here. It says, woke up and couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Credit Suisse in headlines this morning. I'm in shock. Credit Suisse has reported a margin call for one of its hedge funds. Why am I in shock? Guess who the number 2 dark pool trader is off AMC or of AMC? You guessed it, Credit Suisse. And okay. Don't quite know what I'm looking at here. Is Crossfinder supposed to be Credit Suisse? I'm guessing so. He's got it hovered over here. Let's just see who Crossfinder. It's probably just the same name twice. All right, Credit Suisse's, excuse me, Crossfinder dark pool gets darker. Credit Suisse AG has stopped voluntarily disclosing the amount of trading volume on its Crossfinder platform, the world's largest dark pool, highlighting the debate over the transparency of U.S. equities markets. This is an article all the way back from 2013. Agency brokerage Rosenblatt Securities and research and advisory firm Tab Group, which both published dark pool reports, said on Friday that Credit Suisse has stopped providing the data. We're disappointed with Credit Suisse's decision, but respect that the firm must ultimately do what it believes is best for its business, says Rosenblatt's Justin Schlack. This is an article written by John McCrank. Credit Suisse spokesperson Catherine Herring declined to comment. Okay. Dark pools are private electronic trading platforms where buyers and sellers remain anonymous and their orders are hidden until executed. The trading venues were originally aimed at minimizing the market impact of large institutional orders. A very public debate about the effect of dark pools on U.S. markets has been playing out over the past few months between several executives from U.S. exchanges and Credit Suisse's head of U.S. equity trading, Dan Matheson. The stock markets say off-exchange trading has grown 50% in the last 5 years to over 35% of all trading, and that the average dark pool order size has fallen to levels in line with orders on exchanges. Oh man, this is all the way back from 2013. That's pretty heartbreaking to hear. So they're all doing this on DPT. The growth of offline, I think we might have just read that. Nope. The growth of off-exchange trading has created wider trading spreads, more intraday volatility, and made the market more opaque. The heads of New York Stock Exchange, Euronext, NASDAQ, OMX Group, and BATS Global Markets argued in a meeting with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on April 9th. We don't believe making these even darker is the answer to the transparency issues presented by the dark trading. New York Stock Exchange spokesman Rich Adamonis said on Friday, NASDAQ and BATS declined to comment. Most, but not all, dark pool operators supply the voluntary data to Rosenblatt and TAP. So this is very from a long time ago, and basically breaking down, saying that like the Credit Suisse just stopped reporting the the data from dark pool. That's a very interesting article that we may keep for the side and pull up later to maybe make a video on. So Crossfinder is dark pools, or is Credit Suisse's dark pool trading platform here. So it's very interesting. I'm really curious to know who this who got margin called from Credit Suisse. Really don't know what's going on with the vote count, or not the vote, the share count for AMC. I know they talked about doing it. Really wish that they would. I'm gonna go back here to the charts here. See if we get a bounce here, or if we just kind of do whatever. But if this were bullish momentum, we would look for this thing to kind of trend upwards. And we just were messing around when we set this, so nothing crazy here. Harley moving up still. 41.40 was the high for the day. We're looking pretty good here. Average price. Oh, this is wrong anyway. So it looks like we're up about 20 bucks here. Finally on the old girl Harley Davidson. Looking to reach some max potential, or some peak, some bullish maximum, some bull max. Excuse me, guys. Super tired, man. Really sore from the gym yesterday. Stayed up all night playing Escape from Tarkov, and then just couldn't fall asleep. So looking for some bullish maximum up here, some bull max from Harley. Then we're gonna wait for this thing to pull back, and then we're going to dump our shares at the top, hopefully, and then we're gonna ride this thing down and potentially buy up some more shares lower. So that's what we would like to do. However, we're going to see if we can make it up to that point. They did have a news article come out a couple days ago where Baird upgrades Harley-Davidson to outperform from neutral, adjust price target to 45 from 38, and then Wedbush adjusts Harley-Davidson's price target to 43 from 42. Keeps outperform rating. So not too bad here on Harley. That's why I think we can go ahead. We can ride this thing up, take our 5, maybe even more. We'll watch it once we get close to that 5 and see where it goes. It's not like this is a scalp opportunity, so we don't got to be quick in and out. We're going to just let this thing ride up. Maybe even a pullback here and continue to ride, but we'll see. We can get there. If we can time it right, we could potentially make more than 5%, and then we'll be happy. We would really like to take more than 5%, seeing as how this has been a position that we've been holding for like over 3 years. We were taking dividends on this. Dividend never really been that great. I mean, the fact that they had one was decent. Right now, 1.19. Dividend's 21 cents. And it actually, I guess, yeah, it was pretty decent. So if you guys see here, 2020, 44 cents, $1.50 and 19. So we were kind of trending upward for $1.40, $1.46, $1.48, $1.50, and then dropped to 44 cents. And then, the share price fell and all this stuff. So not really getting dividends out of it. It's probably time to dump it off. I'm going to continue to look for something very interesting over in the subreddit. See here, and gonna go ahead and take away this this trend line, or we can just keep moving it. I mean, we just kind of learned how to do this. So right now it looks like we're sitting there. That'd be pretty nice. See how that looks. Amtx down a little bit on the day here. We're looking to close out here. This is a biofuels, a biodiesel and alternative fuels company. We've got, too long. We talked about this morning already. Looks like AT&T getting ready to push $31 here for the first time in quite some time. Going back in the 180, the last time we were in the 31 range was way back here on, what is that, the 12th? The 9th? The 9th of what? December 14th? It's December 14th. Why is it? Oh, okay. I've got the time down there, and it's 24-hour time, so it kind of throws me off. So I'll be back to, yeah, December 14th was the last time we were at $31. So first time in more than 3 months. We're looking to test 31. And I have a price target here, or at least an alert, set at above 31.65. So that would kind of, let us know that, hey, we're fixing to get ready to reach this high of the 180, and see if we want to take an exit in that position, wait for it to pull back and re-enter. However, if you look at a 3-year here, you guys know what this is. This is in February 17th, February 24th, and this is a week chart, 3-year, 1 week. And you can see just a massive drop here. This is from February of last year when the pandemic hit. So we were traded pretty good up until that point, and I think that our bull maximum will probably be up here at this 39.70 range. However, if we look at where we were trading at before, we're kind of around that range here with potential to be in this 34.20. So I would say bare minimum, we're probably around here at this 34 range, 33, 34. So bare minimum over here, bull maximum, I think we're up here at 39. If we want to take profits, let's look at a 5-year. I don't know where my 5-year went. I'll just put this 5-day and I'll just change this. Oh, I have to go and set it. Oh man. Wait, no I don't. Where is it at? Wait, that's in days? No, 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 no. Custom. 5 year, 1 day chart. Ooh, 5 year. Let's go 5 year, 1 week. Alright, so here we are at the 5 year week chart. Or time frame. Gosh, I'm tired, guys. Sorry. A little boring today, to tell you the truth. I just feel it. Alright, so looking like, we're kind of right on cue here at this 39.48 range. We've touched here quite a few times. And looks like we did find this as a strong level of resistance a few times here. Going back, yeah, we can see we're in that range, but we've hit it quite a few times. Remember, these are each candle represents 1 week here, so these are different weeks at different time periods here, and we've touched it quite a few times and been rejected by it. So this range here that we've got set, around this 39 is potentially where we may look to take profit if we can get back up there. So I think that's really truthfully what we're holding on to. Where we currently stand at, it's about roughly 28% here. So another $8.64. I mean, it's not bad for our 808 long position size. It's probably about $800 if I am accurate. Yeah. So not a ton. Currently up $200 right now. So a $1,000 profit on this thing if we can get this turnaround to take place this year. Not too bad. I'll take it. We're actually moving pretty good on AT&T, to tell you the truth, like $17 on the day right now. We are up. I'm going to pull this back so you guys see the case here for bare minimum and bull maximum. Really think that somewhere in this range, and if we want to get our order sold, I've got the line pulled back just slightly. So bare minimum, I don't even have it set because in this position size or this position in the portfolio, we are getting a very, very good dividend, so I'm not really concerned with taking a bull or a bear minimum on this position. It's bull maximum, or we'll just keep collecting the dividends, which is the yield on T is 7.23. So as you guys see right here, dividend yield 7.23. Matter of fact, I wonder why don't they change that? It should actually change. I'll just go back and look here and tell you guys exactly what it is. 'Cause I think the TD Ameritrade's app actually changes this thing daily with the price. So not too bad. All right, so right now TD Ameritrade's got it at 6.77%. Here is the annual dividend yield at $2.08. So still 6.77% is a very good dividend yield. I think this is a little older, and since we got ours at like sub 29, we're actually getting a better percentage right there. We're still over 6%, and we should be over the 27%. Anyhow, you guys have seen AT&T a million times if you have gotten on to watch this stream. Let me pull up some stuff. Some stuff is... a little slow here today in the YouTube world. I'm just really guessing that a lot of it has to do with the price action, since the price is kind of staying steady. viewers tend to kind of tune out for a little bit, and that's good. That's as they should, truthfully. Um, you know, if you guys are only in this for AMC to watch me talk about AMC, then yeah, today's not the day that that you should probably be here. When your stock isn't performing, as good as you want it to be, yeah, get it off your mind. Don't worry about it. Let it do its thing, and just don't worry about it. Just forget about it. So let's go ahead and activate this drawing once more and move this again. You're just playing around with this thing. And we'll leave it there. See what happens, more than likely it freaking trades underneath. Volume has kind of dropped out here. We're sub 100,000s here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to move at any point. I think that unless institutions, the toots, step in and say, wow, this thing's trading at, 1030, and some price targets were just set and raised to $13. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy some shares up. And they get a big position size. Unless we have big money popping in this thing and buying up because it is relatively cheap, I think we're probably just going to trade flat for the rest of the day here. So let's see if there's anything we really want to take a look at currently. No. Already did, and nope. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to a stock scan. Guys, if you're on Thinkorswim, it's a TD Ameritrade platform, and you can link your account to this. So that's why it shows my position sizes here, and it'll show over there, and dollar cost, stuff like that. It's not, something's going on with the dollar cost, but anyhow. So you go up here to this scan, click scan. This is how it should be set up, at least for what we're going to do here. Stock, low volume and change percentage. We're going to scan for a stock in the range of $5 to $50. The volume from 300,000 to 200 million, and the stock change percentage from 0% to 1,000%. Hit the scan, and there we go. Got it organized by percentage change. So the highest percentage change here is SJ. So let's go take a look at SJ, see what SJ is doing. And percentage that changes from close of yesterday, as you can see here. Low of $8.10, high at one point of $15.50. From the low to the high. What? Come on, man. We'll take it from over here. Actually, we'll just take it from where they more than likely closed at, which is probably like right here to the high point. That's 33% there. But anyhow, let's see what kind of news they got over on SJ here. Signjoy in strategic alliance with Snip Interactive. Is this an NFT play? Let me see. I see it. Yeah. Signjoy announces strategic alliance with Snip Interactive to launch new loyalty and reward systems and to explore Bitcoin and NFT reward for its 250 million users and 300,000 broadcasters. It's a big deal there. Could have some more potential. Let's see what the volume's doing. Again, we're looking for scalp opportunities. We're looking for volume, some kind of catalyst, whether it's earnings or news. This one's got the news. Volumes, $250,000. Some low volume there. Look for it to test this resistance here at 1527. And if this thing blows up past 1550 and the volume picks in, you're going to see it run. That's at least my opinion here. So what we're going to do, we're going to set a price level here. Realistically, I think if we break above this, I think you're going to see it run. we're gonna leave it there. We're actually gonna set, excuse me, an alert here. So you just right click on the amount you want. Go to create alert down at the bottom. Click that. You can click at the price you want, at or above, and we want it to be at or above $15.50. Create the alerts. There you go. So you can go over here to Market Watch, and it'll pull up your alerts here. You hover over it, it'll actually give you some more options there. And you can see all the alerts we have. A bunch of them have already expired. One of them was FSR that we looked at, so we're gonna look there. This way we can watch this thing if it decides it wants to take off running. Go back to the chart here. I don't know if it's going to. We're gonna find out. So let's see. I'm going to leave you guys here on the AMC chart for a moment. Need to make another cup of coffee and take a short little break. So give me you know, 5 minutes or so.
Mic off. Mic on.
All right, just in time here. We're gonna head over to SJ because it looks like SJ just hit that mark. So volume pushing in. I think this thing is gonna start running if we can keep a close up above this line here. Volume stepped in 815,000. Let's see if volume keeps picking back up and this thing keeps running, or if that's just it. If it does, it could continue to run here. Let's go look at a 10-day chart here. Low of 731, high of 1568, which we just set. See what SJ does. This is something tied in with Bitcoin and NFT. So these plays are super hot right now. They have been for like the last month, last 30 days or so. Starting with TCAT's nice run up to about $75. Had its a little bit of a pullback there. That's actually on a 30-minute time frame. But we are thinking that this will start to run if we can stay close over this line. And it looks like we might be getting rejected by that line there. So we just wanted to keep an eye out to see if this is potential for a runner here for a scalp opportunity. There's some potential here. I do think that we need to close above this trend line here, this little price level at 1551. I think once we close, there we go. All right. Let's see if we start to make this run now. Set a new high of 1591. See where this thing is going to go. I don't think I have anything to put into this. Speaking of day trades, I'm kind of all out on my day trades as well. I could just use margin, but I don't like to do that. And there goes a big pop. So yeah, as I looked away that quick, it popped up. Let's look at the active trader to see what's happening here. All right, it's I think it's going to keep moving up. Gonna see volume not too great right here. We are currently in overbought territory, so could have a little bit of a pullback. Not a lot going on over here in the active trader. Volume at 585,000 right there. And you know what? I think that this thing got halted. I feel like it might have just gotten halted. There was a gap here within 1 minute of almost 7%. So let's see if there's any news that pops up. Right now at 9:35. Yep. So halted, up 81%. Yep. So they just got halted here. We will check back in about 4 minutes here, and see if they come back, if they get unhalted. Where am I looking at over here? All right, go back to the scan and see what's going on here. BTX Therapeutics Company up 42%. Currently sitting at 664. Greenwich Life Sciences, ACY. I feel like we looked at ACY the other day here, up 17% here. Let's take a look at ACY. I think we looked at ACY last week. Yeah, yesterday maybe. Nice little run up there. Starting to kind of trend downwards at this point. What was the other one? BTX. Golden Nugget Online Gaming. GNOG. Let's look at GNOG here. Nice little run up. A couple bucks here. Almost $2. Oh, okay. Analyst action. Jeffries starts Golden Nugget Online Gaming at buy with $28 price target. So not bad here. Jeffries initiates coverage on Golden Nugget Online with buy rating, announces price target of $28. Could be a good little swing trade here for you guys in the GNOG is the ticker symbol here for GNOG, Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Price target of $28. We are far from that, so this thing will continue to rise over the next few days. Volume is fairly low here. Sub 100,000. Let's look at, I don't know if it's just going to show their shares outstanding. 77 million shares outstanding, so very close if we were going to look at AMC. Their shares outstanding are off. GME, I'm so tired today. Shares outstanding 69 million, so very close to the same action there. And if we would go back to the charts and look at GME, you see they're sub 100,000s as well. So typical amount of volume for something of that size in with that amount of shares outstanding there. So looks like they are probably halted as well, or are they? Not a lot of movement. Yeah, they're moving here. Let's see if FJ has been halted, and it has. Did run up, man, quite a bit here. Like we said, guys, if we hit this this price line here, we thought that it would probably start running, and it has. Don't know if it's done. Doesn't look like it. Remember, at this point, you are potentially chasing this thing as we are in overbought territory here, according to the RSI. We are gapped pretty high above the upper VWAP, the SMA, the EMA, all of that good stuff here. Looks like we're going through its little pullback here, and we don't really know where this will stop because this is kind of its all-time high here, I want to say. Let me pull the active trader back down. It's going to pull it. This thing might. I was going to say it might go up to 1790. Just looking at where we set 18. It's going to go back to 8. Yep, there's 1811. No sell walls here. This is going to run up to 1820s. Again, $18.08. There it is. 1845. It's gonna get halted again if it keeps running like this. huge range here within just a minute. You know, you're looking at 5-6% in 1 minute. $18.19, $18.30, $18.30, $18.13. Yeah. So looks like it's gonna be around that 18. 1810s, 1807. So all the way down to 1780. So I wasn't looking at the ass size right there to see what was going on, but here comes the pullback. We'll pull up a Fibonacci retracement to see. I mean, I honestly don't even know where to start this thing at. If I start it right there, you can take a look there. Looking for it to pull back probably here to 1687 at the lowest, but I think this thing, you know, I don't think this thing is done running yet. Remember, if you guys were watching about 10 minutes ago, we said if we get this push past 1551, look for it to continue running up, and sure enough, it has. Potential there. About 18% profit right there. It's not a bad, like, that was in like a couple of minutes. Let's just take a look here from the time we broke above. If you saw it and got filled like maybe in here, 17%. I mean, let's say you just set it at 15.9. I mean, that's 7 minutes. You know, you made 17% in you know, less than 10 minutes. All right, so we saw the pullback here. Don't know if it's done pulling back here. We're still in overbought territory. Looking forward to kind of consolidate and continue this run upwards here. Volume tapered off just slightly. So we'll see what happens. Around the 18.15, down to 18, down to 17s. At this point, like I said, you are potentially chasing this one, but it could continue to run. We don't know. If we take a look at TCAT, when TCAT had its run, and boy did it run. Let's take a look at the 20-day. You can see from $2 all the way up to 74. So it had quite the run here. Yeah, so the one big difference here with TCAT and SJ is that they have 11 million shares outstanding. So you guys just got to keep that in mind when you're looking at some of these positions like this. You know, let's say it's 3 times as many shares for SJ. So essentially, if it were to make the same kind of run, I would just divide, you know, what TCAT had. Let's say $75 divided by 3. I think this thing runs up, you know, to the 20s. Could potentially run up to $25 if it were to keep the same momentum and hype that TCAT had. Just based on, you know, if you were to take the outstanding shares and dilute them down to the same amount of shares that SJ has here. So the fewer amount of shares, the higher the price of the stock, you know, can go. Well, a lot of that's not entirely true, but what I'm saying is, like, if you got a lot of volume moving in, the fewer amount of shares, the higher the price can go a lot quicker, because there's just this, you know, the law of supply and demand. If there's not a lot of supply and there's a really high demand, like there was on TCAT, you're going to drive the price up very quickly. So it looks like we're seeing some consolidation here. Looking to break above this and continue to run. Still in over bought territory here though. But that doesn't mean a thing because this thing can continue to run. AMC currently sitting at 10.25, just 10 and a quarter for the day. You know, it is what it is. And there she goes. 1850 new high. At this point, we're just chasing. But I don't think this thing is done. Going to a 5-day, 5 minute. So looks like this is a let's see. Let's look at a 10-day. No. Nope, not a new IPO. But we had our run up in the after hours, and then we're continuing on upward now. So this thing could continue to run here if you know we're looking at any other, just a comparison, any other NFT play. Typically, I want to say it's 2 days of a run, or at least a full day of a run. We haven't quite made it to that full day. We can look over at DLPN, which is probably a very similar play. I have to go to a 10-day here, 10-day, 30-minute. You can see it started the run up. You had one full day, and then the after hours, and then once it hit the high of 38, it kind of pulled down here. Looking at DLPN, 6.5 million shares outstanding. So nothing crazy. TCAT made its run for a while. I wanted to say a full, well, can I go back to like a 20-day here? Looks like it had a little bit of a bump here, was the start. Then it had a full 1-day pullback, and then kind of then it made its huge run. So this thing lasted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days or so, like a whole week. And I think this was the thing that really kicked off the NFT plays here. All right, so we are pulling back at the moment, not overbought anymore. We'll see how far we pull back, where we consolidate at, and see if we get a signs of a reversal. See if you know, if we want to enter in this. I think we're chasing it. Not the smartest or most strategic play, but you know, what the hell? Throw, you know, 20 bucks in this thing, pick up one share. Why not? So we'll see where we bounce. I'm anticipating again this 1680 will be our bounce point. I think this was, man, I'm super out of it today. So we'll see if we get that bounce there and continue on upwards, or if this thing is done, bounces off this 23 and continues on up, which would show a lot of bullish momentum. Looks like we might have the bounce. We'll see. So let's look at the ranges here. All right, so let's say we got the bounce here. We'd really like to see the sign of reversal up a little bit higher. As a matter of fact, we'd want to see is above this 1760 now if we keep trending down. So let's say you get filled at 1765, 66 here. You know, there's 4.5% to its high of 1850. Potential is there for your 5% if that's what you want to get, or anything less. Don't be greedy. One of the keys to our strategy here is do not get greedy. Okay. Let's look for this one to close above where we currently set right here. 1764 at that point here. I'd like to see it close above this right now before it starts making its run again. But again, with these runners, you never know when they pull back and when they're done. It is currently 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Still a little bit of time before lunch here on a Tuesday morning. So some potential. This thing, it's going to keep going. Just having a little bit of a pullback here. And we'll see. 1756. Like I said, we really want to see it close above that 17. Well, I guess 1771. But you never know. Here we go. We're not done pulling back. This is why you don't want to chase the runner, right? And somewhere in here, you know, we got halted on this big run up here. But this is where we set our our trend line, our price level, that we knew that if this thing popped above its high for the day, the current intraday, when it actually started to sell a little bit, that it was going to continue to run. And man, as soon as it popped above that line there that we set at 1551. We got the alert, we bounced in, and bam, it shot up, got halted, and then shot up very quickly from $3. So massive amount here of 19% there, all within a matter of 10 minutes. So still making its way down. I'm going to leave the Fibonacci retracement on this. There we go. See where we end up pulling back to. You can see volume slowly starting to taper down a little bit. However, that doesn't mean much. Could reverse and pop back up. Oh, excuse the yawning. Once you get a big order in here, people will jump on board. We'll leave the level 2s up for right now. But pretty much once you see a big order pop through here on the buys on this side, I think you're gonna see this thing start to really pop and run again. But you never know. Again, you don't want to chase the stock. I mean, if you can get in early and get out, I mean that's the smart play. So as you guys, if you follow the stream, you know our strategy is know your entry point, know your exit point, trade off of volume and a catalyst of some sort. Don't get greedy. And know your PDT rule. Know how many day trades you've got. If you're under PDT rule, meaning you have less than 25,000 in your account, know how many trades you've made, because it kind of really screwed me up last week on UPC. We're going to make a scalp, and we had it. We got, for one, we got greedy. We were shooting for 6% instead of the 5%, so we should have stuck to the strategy. 5% is what we're shooting for. We went for 6. We got a little bit greedy. We probably could have got out. We lowered, so we set our initial sell order. We decided, like, okay, we're a little bit greedy. Let's lower it down. When I went to lower it down, I guess it had not taken the old sell order off the books. I got an alert saying that if I continued with the trade, I was going to be in violation of the PDT rule, and that I would need to have $25,000 in my account or I would get margin called. So, which is odd because that's typically not, I think, what would happen if you violate PDT. My understanding is that you're just on hold for 90 days. You're not allowed to day trade for 90 days. And since on this channel we are learning to day trade, I really want to day trade. So you guys can see here we're just touched off that 38.2, and see if we consolidate through here and bump back up if we're not done falling. So I'm going to leave this thing here. You can see 17. So where is that point? I'd like to see it above 1750s. So in the 1730 range, 1738. 17 down to 1730. Oh yeah, we're dropping. Back up. Kind of holding steady. $17.24s. Yeah, you can see there's a little delay if you're watching the price action up here and the orders that are coming in. You see it's kind of a short delay. Like the moment you see that, you see it pops up. $17.20, yeah. All falling. Back up. Yep. See, it's like as soon as you see it in here, you look over and it's already there. Got a nice one at 1720. See if it starts to sell. And it's gone back up. 1706. 1705. Yep. Alright. 1720. Again, 26. Those must have sold or they took them off. Now they're back up. 1720. Just watch that 1720. It's like 26 sell orders come in randomly. Now 53. Back to 26. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, we're just watching the price action here on SJ. So anybody who's kind of hopped in stream at this point, what we did was we went over here to our scan and using these parameters here of $5 to $50 for the stock, volume of 300,000 to 200 million. Percentage change from 0 to 1,000%. Kind of pulled up these, and SJ was top of the list, up 84% from close of yesterday here. So we took a look at SJ. We analyzed SJ to see what it was. And it is a Hong Kong-based company, mainly engages in the provision of show live streaming video entertainment social platform. The company mainly operates online live streaming websites and mobile applications under the brand name of ShowSelf, Lahai, and Haizu. Total shares outstanding 30 million. And then when we looked at the news here, we saw that this had something to do with an NFT play here. They were halted here. Announces a strategic alliance with Snip to launch a new loyalty and reward system and explore Bitcoin and NFT rewards for its approximately 250 million users and 300,000 broadcasters. So I imagine, just listening to this, that it sounds like it's some sort of Twitch platform in China, and that they're going to look to give Bitcoin and NFTs as a form of rewards for their users. So we'll see if we find the support here at 38% on the Fibonacci retracement, or if we get down to the 50. If we get down to the 50, you know, still showing some bullish momentum, and then we just pulled this run from down here. Could have pulled it all the way from down here, I guess, but since this is where we had our last like major pullback here, decided to pull it from this range here, set to its high point just on this current run, and see where we stand. So just looking over here at some more other stuff. We're going to leave this alone for the time being. Currently, AMC is sitting at $10.14, so not the best, but we're not worried about it. And again, I think that's why we don't have too many viewers on today. It's just, you know, nobody wants to see the stock just sit there and lie flat like a dead fish. But it's not a dead cat. All right, so yeah, 1594, a low for the last 2 days here, high of 1773 in after hours or pre-market yesterday, and I like this price here. Sub 16s, you guys can see, I think I had this set like if we got below this level, it would be a good time to buy the sub 22s. We'll go back and look at the 20-day. Where did I set this? Oh my gosh, is this a 180-day? Yep, 180-day. I set this target here and said, okay, if we broke below this one at 623, that is the time to buy. This would be our bottom point, and because we had seen us drop down here before, maybe I don't even remember when I set. Does it even have a date when I set this? I really wish it had a date for when I set this this here. So we like this entry point here. See a high of 31.96. They announced something, so the bull maximum is up here to get to 31 again with some really good news from the company, and that is an increase of 93%. So bull maximum, I think we get back up there. Bare minimum, I think that we are probably looking from this current entry point here, if you're in at 1623, you're still looking at about 25%. I mean, that's way down here, just at this point here. We found some support. I mean, even if you look up here, you're still looking at 12% here if we hit back in these peak ranges here. I think it's a good long-term swing play. Could take you a couple of months. Could take you almost a year. Depends on when they release the Fisker Ocean. Take a look over at CNK. This is Cinemark. Looking pretty good. Continue its bullish momentum over here in the Cinemark. High of 23.39. Going back to the 180. You guys can see we had some bare minimum price targets here back when we hit this low point here. We said, okay, bare minimum there. Realistically, I think bare minimum is over here and bull maximum is somewhere up here, which is a huge gap up from where we currently set. Even still, that's 67%. From way down here, you know, we were looking at almost 100% there. So CNK, Cinemark, I think that still got some ways to go. CCL, I don't know why I don't see it on my watch list here. CCL is a tricky one. Currently at 28.35, doing pretty good here. Let's look there. I don't know why I had this. I think I just had this as a level of support here. We found resistance here a couple times. Support again. Resistance, support again, support again. So I think I just had this as a level of support and currently kind of bouncing off of this line a little bit. So we'll see what it does if it bounces back up. There is a short potential here of about 6% for a little swing trade here. That's bare minimum there. And if we're going to go up to a 3-year here, this is one I really like to look at when we're looking at CCL. And as you guys can see here, this is back in January 27, 2020, right as the pandemic started to hit, with massive sell-off here. So Realistically, if I think we're trading down here, I realistically think that this is the bare minimum. We're talking about like a long-term swing play, possibly 6 months to a year or longer to get to this. I think we could pop back up very, very quickly with some really good news when they announce that cruise lines are going to start setting sail. But until that point, you know, we're at where we're at. So for my case of bare minimum here, 43%. Even if we get back up to here, which is before the pandemic, where we were trading okay, because we were kind of on a downward slide for, you know, this whole year. Even if I think we get back up to here as our bull maximum, that's 86%. But realistically, I think with really good news, I think the economy is going to thrive, and I think we're going to get back up there with a potential chance to at some point over the next few years hit 140%. So very good ROI there. If you guys are interested in CCL, however, it could be a risky play. Don't know what news is coming out. So this could be the very good news if the White House, you know, supports them opening up, and CDC, you know, makes CDC lift their conditional selling order in April. It could be very good news. Very good news here. I think there's a huge potential here for CCL to make a quick buck on some good news, or even swing trade this for a long-term hold here and make some good profits here. You know, a lot of bad things came out of the pandemic, but I think there's still potential to make money from this thing, especially if you were buying at some of these low points down here, which would have been the move. But with a lot of these companies, you never know, man. I mean, it's a lot of money that they've lost. They're probably massively in debt, and they could go bankrupt at any time. So it's very risky. You guys need to do your own DD and deep dive into this research to figure out, you know, what their books look like, or can they stay afloat for the next year, as AMC is. So let's go back here to our watch list, current account positions here. Not too good. Let's go look at SJ, see what SJ is doing. Did it get its bounce yet? Oh man, what is going on here? SJ. All right, we got down to the 50% here. Big sell-off here. See if they get the reversal and start popping back up, testing to hit this 850 again, or if they're done for the day. Possibly in the afternoon they might bounce back up. But again, that's why you don't trade chase. Oh man, that's why you do not chase a position here. You know, you see it run, and by the time, you know, the best thing to do is basically to get on this stock scan early on in the morning to catch these runners very quickly. Because what will happen is if you don't and you wait like we did this morning, we didn't see this thing run until, where were we at? I'm just going to remove that for now. We were watching somewhere in this range here. So we caught it a little bit. But we got the notification in here, so it already had gapped up from last night. So where we were at was pretty good. However, you know, to play it safe, you want to wait to see where this thing can go. And so we set this price line here, this price level at 1551, and I actually set an alert to remind us to come back and watch and see if we hit above this line. You know, I said, hey, if we hit above this line, we're gonna continue up. We're gonna have a big push, and that's what we did. As soon as we hit up above it, a little bit of a pullback, and then bam, we got this big burst here. We got halted right here, and you can see this is when we were unhalted here. So we were halted right in here, big massive push up, and then it continued to push here. So if you were able to get filled right here, if you were watching this thing, and as soon as we got that push above 1551, yeah, ideally we like to see it close above that line, which we closed here, we closed right at, and then closing here, and then this is where, you know, once you close here, it's kind of like, all right, now we've shown signs that we're going to continue. But everybody saw that same sign and all bought in at one time and caused the halt. So I guess we're at this point. Let's see if we can use this level at 1551 as a support level. However, I want to say that, yeah, right here at this range at 1623, I want to say I'd said something about 1623 being that support. Let me pull up the Fibonacci again. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was the 50% here. Yeah. At this point, it would be the middle VWAP line that we will use as a level of support. That's if we keep falling, that's my anticipation of what will happen. Is possibly bouncing off this middle VWAP and continuing on upwards. Or we're kind of done. I don't know. Depends on what the volume's looking like. Last minute 135. Before that 211. Kind of tapering down on the volume here, but we saw that earlier where volume was kind of a little bit slow, then started to pump, and then really pump. So that's that. Where are we sitting here? Not too bad. It's a little slow right now. Probably will pick up this afternoon. But I don't really know. See what else we got going on over here. Mudrick Cap Acquisition Core up 16%. We never looked at BTX. Let's take a look at BTX here. BTX, look at the chart. Okay, they're already done. All right, so most of this is from where it closed at yesterday, and so that's these numbers in the scan. It's going to be from close. I guess maybe I could change that if I learn how to do it. Somewhere in here, there's probably an options menu to change some of this stuff. And maybe I could have this set to where, you know, position change was from open instead of close. I wonder if we can figure that out. I'm going to leave that. I know that that shows some information in there that I don't want you guys to see. Account numbers and such. So I will not even go in there on stream. I'll figure this thing out once I get off stream and see if I can change this. That way we can start looking for this stuff within day range, because this is from close of yesterday. Anyhow, let's go back over to BTX. Oh, yep, BTX is done. So there's SJ. Alright, so VWAP's kind of leveling out here with this price line here that we set. I'm going to leave you guys over on... Yeah, a lot of red over here today. Lots of red. I'm going to leave you guys over on AMC on the flex grid so you can see what AMC and GME are doing compared to each other. Don't know if you can see that. Currently GME setting at 187, AMC at 1011. I'm going to leave this up for a moment and I'll be back.
Mic off. Mic on.
Alright guys, I'm back. I'm going to leave you guys on the screen for a moment while I check out some stuff over here. I'm going to stay off screen for a sec. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna.
Mic off. Mic on.
I thought my mic was off. I'm gonna pull this up on screen. I don't like to run through Reddit here because sometimes there's some graphic images here that I have to go back and blur out. I like reading some of this stuff here. There was a nice little meme here from Adam Aram. I don't know if he actually said this or not, but he says, "Yeah, I prefer apes over lizards." I'm assuming he's referring to he prefers King Kong over Godzilla. And then you can. These are all coded messages here that people kind of take. So rally, death threats, legal threats, market manipulation, shill attacks. Sounds like somebody is getting desperate. I, for one, absolutely enjoy watching hedge funds suffer. I'll hold them by more. Rocket fuel in the morning. Can you become the death threats now? So, if you guys like trades, look, he's gonna start live streaming again. So, sounds like I need to go back and watch. I haven't watched trades in probably over a week here. Usually I'm kind of YouTubed out, at least from the market stuff for the time being. I've kind of just chilled and kind of did my own thing and not watched as many other YouTubers. But I really did like watching trades, and he kind of gave me some inspiration to actually start live streaming and getting more back into the stock market. Again, his channel, a little bit different from mine. Mine is more of the day trade stuff. I'm heavily invested in AMC, and I'm an ape. I'm a diamond hander. I am holding AMC, so our channel is focused around AMC. However, we like to do some day trade and swing trades that don't regard AMC, and we also hold other things in our position. We kind of diversify our portfolio a little bit more than just having all in on AMC. But I did not know that he got death threats, so ooh, I don't know how real this is. Warner Brothers returning to theatrical releases in 2022, ending its HBO Max experiment. Not so much of good news for AT&T, because I think AT&T owns HBO Max. I'm pretty sure that they do. It's currently, we hold AT&T, but good for AMC. This is good news here. Pull up the full image here. $4.7 billion loss. Oh, okay. Took a charge of $4.7 billion as a result, and now expect a first quarter pre-tax loss of around $960 million. Investment bank CEO Brian Chen and Chief Risk and Compliance Officer Laura Warner will step down from their roles with immediate effect. Some peeps at the AMC. Saw this one last week. Apes versus lizard people. Short sellers have really got caught up in a mess. They have not had an opportunity to exit their short positions without losing the 500 plus million they are down after the huge weekend. They are going to spend a pretty penny to keep the short volume up against buying. This is a time game at this point. Adam Aaron in on the Reddit army here. Somebody's DD here. It's pretty short. So apparently they're going to try and screw us out of the squeeze using dark pools to cover the shorts. Sounds like a lot of FUD mongering to me. This has allegedly been going on for a while. I've scanned every freaking post over the last week, and I haven't seen anything other than screenshot of text. If they could have covered their shorts in a dark pool, then A, it would have been done. B, we wouldn't be hearing about it. Most importantly, C, we own the float. Don't be foolish enough to think these hedgy scum care about the other hedgy scum. Each of those wants to be the best. Their ego's not allowing them to miss the chance of Michael Burry status. If the government stepped in, they would destroy the American market forever. It's traded globally. Their power is limited unless they wanted to discourage millions and millions from trading in their market. So, yep. Supply and demand. People, we own majority of what they need. When was this put out? New update from FINRA. This is 2 hours ago. Let's take a look over here. So I guess this guy's saying this this data is from February 2021. Yep, month of February 2021, showing Citadel Securities looks like 777 million shares being traded, over 3.7 million trades. Doesn't say what stock, but this is through OTS or OTC as I was on AMC. So lots of short ladder attacks here. Robinhood Securities. Yeah, this is what I get from it too. This is total shares, not just sales. So some people just take it as, oh, this is there's sold at, but they do buy and sell this position. Even though they short it, they do try to cover when they can. Anyhow, we'll just pull this back off. Take a look at where we currently set. Oh man, just hovering around that $10 mark. GameStop sitting at 186.86 and AMC at 10.07. So not too great. As you can see, we hit below our trend line here that we had set, and I guess it's time to move it. Going back to our 180 day, maybe not. Depends. This is on a 4-hour time frame here. So I wanted to use the most amount of points, but let's see if we can just adjust this here. Activate the drawing. Where are our pivot point? There's the pivot point there. Okay, we can lower that now. Oh, well, shoot. That actually, you know, I left it on this one, but this is from something else here. I'm just going to get rid of that. I don't even know what that is. So there's Wednesday. We did get the bounce here. We could try to potentially, man, we could even trade a little bit lower. Yeah, I think we're gonna find support between this 9.90 and $10 range for the time being. It's unfortunate that we got up to $11 and now we're back down, kind of below this $10 range here, 10.20, 10.50 range that we were kind of at for most of the week last week. So it is what it is. Take a look over at Hog here and just see where we're at. Still up only $12, so not bad. Rocket not doing much of anything. Yeah, pretty much a lot of red over here for us today. Lots of red. Let's go look at SJ and see where they're standing right now currently. Looks like they did fall back down. Currently at 1596. Remember we did set this price level here. Looks like we bounced right off of it. We said that we would potentially go down and touch it again. So I anticipate that we will trade here for a little bit longer. If there's more selling power that steps into this thing, it'll push down. But I think we might be at a good sideways point, at least until we get closer to power hour. I think is when we might see some more volume, and this will either push down and it's done, like with what we saw with UPC, or this could push back up and start testing again. Remember, TCAT ran for 7 days. DLPN only ran for a couple of days. 2, it looked like, or 1 whole day, I think, if you include after hours and market. And here, we already kind of ran through the after hours, and then we've got market. So potential could keep going, but it may be done. Again, why you don't chase, right? And this one was a quick runner. So we did not enter a position here. We were just kind of watching it to see what it was going to do, see if we can predict where it would go. And, like I said, we set this price point back when we were somewhere over here. And we said once it hit 1551 that it would continue to run up and make a big run up because that was its high. So as you guys can see, that was its high right when it opened. It touched and then rejected. So we knew that it was going to make a huge push once it got above that line. So it did. It got halted on its way up right around here, and when it opened, shot up and continued to shoot up, and then kind of halted out at 1850, running back down, touching this 1551 again, and looking like it's going to consolidate here for just a little bit. BTX is done moving. RMO, we haven't really taken a look at. Let's take a look over at RMO and see what that's got going on. All right, RMO looking pretty good. Started this morning, had its pullback, started a good run again. Currently sitting at 1020 here. From its low to its high here, looking like 23%. Not bad, not bad. Consolidating right now. Again, we can use kind of the same thing here. Let's see what's going on. Remember, we're looking for some kind of new catalyst here. Romeo Power. So I think I'm assuming this is a company in cahoots or owned by Alfa Romeo. Romeo Power to supply battery packs for Packard vehicles. This is April 1st. Morgan Stanley adjusts Romeo Power's price target to 7 from 12. Oh, okay. So Morgan Stanley lowers price target to $7. Yeah, I don't know. But again, if we're looking at this one the same way we looked at SJ, all this one is a little bit different because there's not really any huge news, although EV news is good news for a position. EV is a hot topic, but if we can get above this 1035 mark here, we may see this thing run up. You see the volume start to step in as it gets closer. If we get a push above this, it could gap up again fairly quickly. We still have some room according to the RSI. And there it goes. And this would potentially be a time, if the volume is there, 517,000 to buy in. 126 million shares outstanding. Not a ton of volume, but I think we might see volume start to step in here. But as you guys can see, this one's kind of made its run, so it's getting there. We'll see if this thing closes above our price level here at 1035. And then continues to move upwards. Although it barely pushed up, we'll see. I'd like to see 2 candles close above it, green. But when you're waiting for something like that, I mean, it could gap up super quick. Sorry, I think I'm a bit off camera this whole time. Alright, so we just closed slightly below it. We're just gonna watch this thing for just a little bit longer here, see what's going on. I don't see too much in the old Reddit section here. Oh man. There's a little article on Reddit where this guy's saying to buy the sell walls. So if you guys have level 2s, basically what he's saying is, and we'll do it on AMC because this is a super slow stock over here. So pull up your active trader. You see here we've got 7,000 shares here at 1009. So instead of buying at the lower price of 1008, we're trying to set it at 1007. Buy the blow out the sell wall here. Buy it at 1009. Blow the wall to help drive the price up. That's what this guy's pretty much saying basically. 125, 58, 1009, 1009. So big sell wall here. I'm pretty sure this is each one of these is 100 shares. So like this would be 8,200. Could be wrong. Starting to see a little bit, but there's still not a lot of volume here. These were above 100,000 for some of these 1 minute. Sell wall starting to move a little bit. 1014, 1020. I'm sorry. Yeah, still 1014. Moving up to 1015 now. So back down to 1014. You can see that you know, they just set sell walls right like 1 penny above where we're at to try to block it from jumping up. Yeah, just reading some stuff over here. Let's take a look at this. I'm gonna pull this DD up, put it on the screen since, you know, just a slow go right now. This is a DD post on the Reddit AMC stock, all one word, all lowercase here, written by Jody Patrick. Oh, that's funny. New OCC filing seeks to amend the process for liquidating positions for suspended options clearing members. And in parentheses, Citadel is an options clearing member. The rule is set to drop tomorrow, April 6th. That would be today. On the Federal Register, you are able to see an unpublished version of proposed rule changes here. Gives a link. This new rule change amends the Options Clearing Corporation (OCC) Rule 1104. What's really interesting about this rule is that it provides an order of events in the case that an options clearing member is suspended. When an options clearing member is suspended, their current positions are then auctioned off to other OCC members. The proceeds from these auctions are then used to close out their other high-risk positions. Rule 1102 enumerates the grounds upon which OCC may suspend one of its clearing members for following the suspension. I guess this is number 4 here. Following the suspension of any clearing member, OCC would take a number of steps designed to reasonably ensure that the clearing member suspension is managed in an orderly fashion. Among the steps that OCC may take to manage a clearing member's suspension is liquidating the remaining collateral, open positions, and/or exercise matured contracts, the remaining portfolio of the suspended clearing member. In ape speak, when members get booted, their positions are sold at auction to other participants. OCC believes that participation by more bidders generally facilitates more competitive bids on a suspended clearing member's portfolio. Competitive bids are necessary for OCC to sell the portfolio at a market price that minimizes the loss to OCC and its clearing members, and enable OCC to successfully complete an auction in a timely manner and thereby manage a clearing member default in a timely manner. Ape speak again. They want to change the rules to allow more auction participants to hasten the liquidation process. I'll just read the ape speak here so we don't go too long. Previously, the rule required these liquidation auctions to be invite only. Now, any options clearing member can attend the auction by just applying. Again, another rule, now even non-clearing members can take part in the liquidation auction with a sponsorship from another clearing member. Additionally, these new participants no longer have to have significant trading experience. In conclusion, the noose is tightening and everyone sees the inevitable for what it is. More people want their share of tendies. It seems like non-clearinghouse members such as smaller banks and trading firms will now be able to take part in these member suspension auctions with just a member sponsorship. Additionally, there seems to be another purpose. The OCC wants this liquidation procedure to go as quickly as possible to perhaps lessen the blow on the market as a whole. So, again, people are thinking that they're going to go after Citadel. They're basically going to margin call Citadel for all their short positions that they hold. That's what's going on with all these DTC new rules and regulations. And that's what a lot of people think. Alright guys, we've been streaming for about 2 hours here. I'm just going to take a quick hot lap, as I like to say, when I'm out on golf course and take a look at the work that we do. Hog up a little bit here. Currently, we're up about $18 in this position, so we're getting up there. We need to push past this 41.61 and see if we can keep bumping it up. But this is a slow-moving stock. It doesn't move very quickly. Sensonic up only 3 cents. AT&T up 15 cents. Doing pretty good over here for the AT&T position here. We were up 200 earlier. Looks like we pulled back slightly. Still up over $202 on the position. UPC, our little trade here. We could dump at any point. Trying to get rid of this thing over here at the 664 range. Don't know what's going to happen. We are currently long 13 and down $13, so not bad, not like we're super down. We were actually doing pretty good, only down like $9, and at that point could have just traded out, but we're going to hang on to it, see if we can get a pop and get out here. So we're just back holding Rocket. You guys already know, only 2 positions here. Potentially going to invest a little bit more into Rocket in the future in hopes that they have another special dividend like they had before. That $1.11 per share per quarter, just for that 1 quarter of special dividend, was really nice. And if they do something like that again, it could really drive the price of this position up, and that dividend is not bad. Amtx here, not doing too bad, looking for a little run here. Looking on the 20-day here, you guys can see we're continually moving up. We had a little pullback there for the last couple of days. We're swing trading this, and we want this to get above $28.03 here so we can close the position out. Only probably, 2 long in this one as well, so nothing here. Just working on the swing trade, Scalp trade doesn't work out necessarily like UPC or potentially this one. We just turned into a swing trade. Back to the old girl AMC here, so we're not doing too bad, guys. We had a little run up here. This is on, what chart am I looking at here? It's a 20-day 1 hour. I mean, technically, you guys take a look over here. You can see here, we're just at that 50% mark here. I mean, we might have pulled below it slightly if I zoomed in here. We pulled back just slowly. We closed right about that line, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see where we end up closing out at this 4 hours. We could close on top and continue on upward. So nothing too crazy here. Matter of fact, let me remove this and set a new one here. We actually hit low down here. So I could potentially pull from all the way down here. I'm going to just pull from right here. And you see we're right on that line of 50% here. I mean, if we were to pull it from even back here at this really low point here, we may look even better shape. So, but not by much. I mean, would still be in that 50 range. So looking to get a bounce off this 50% line on the Fibonacci and continue our trend upwards through the next few days. So nothing really to worry about. We had a little pullback, and yeah, we are kind of where we were at, you know, last week, but it is what it is. We're good. No worries. Actually, I'll leave that up here. Probably just going to keep an eye on it for a little bit. It's kind of where we set. So I just want to leave you guys with that. Thank you for the few of you guys who watched the stream today. Wasn't very many today. I know. Been kind of a slow day. Sorry, I'm so tired. Been kind of a slow day, so probably why you know, guys, just get your head out of social media and out of all the negativity that's surrounding AMC, and you know, it's gonna do what it does here. It's just gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight. I'm gonna take a look at the SPY here. I'm gonna put up on a 1 day 1 minute chart. So SPY not doing too bad. Actually up, hitting a high 407.21. This is the S&P 500 ETF here. SPY is a ticker. So I was just taking a look here, just to see. I mean, looks like market, at least the 500 companies are up as a whole, but most of our positions are kind of showing a little bit of red today. So nothing crazy, just a Tuesday. Leave you guys with that. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll see you guys this afternoon. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace. Have a good afternoon.
Mic off.